What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Magne F. And indeed, I'm going to try to do a double mags, because there was a mags that got skipped, and then ultimately I didn't do any videos for Friday morning, so yeah, I'm trying to catch up on everything. And indeed, regarding the weekly reactions, I guess the AHA related ones have more or less remained on their normal days. There's a number of other deep dives that have been somewhat regular that have sort of gone into disarray, and I'm trying to get back onto a regular schedule for, but either way, I'm going to try to do a double mags reaction. The next tune is hilarious. Just the title, A Punch Up on Boxing Day. We're playing off the notion of a punch up being a perhaps physical dust up. Boxing Day, which, it's about boxes, and specifically for servants who had to work on Christmas proper, so their Christmas was sort of the day after. But boxing obviously works in another regard, a pugilistic reference inherent in the title. But it also makes me think there's a Scottish Christmas carol, Bottom of the Punch Bowl, and now I'm thinking of anything that is in a holiday mode that could be reinterpreted cleverly in that way. So it's a well-written title. It makes me wonder, if this is something that genuinely happened, or if he's sort of talking about, many people will know what it's like to be at a holiday dinner table, and maybe it's because someone brings up politics, or maybe it's because someone is just a disagreeable uncle or cousin or whatever, and it leads to a family argument or whatever, and maybe a real punch-up. So I wonder if this is something taken from Mag's own experience, or whether he's sort of playing with narrative. Either way, I expect there to be some conflict, maybe physical. Let's find out. This is Magne F from his, is it 2017 in the moment? I'm forgetting. 2019? Shoot, it doesn't say it here. I do apologize. I'll put it in the video description. I'll look it up afterwards. So here we go, a recent or semi-recent tune by Magne F from his album White Xmas Lies, and the track is A Punch Up on Boxing Day. Holy smokes. Oh. It's like Mag's doing Depeche Mode. I'm up on a mountaintop somewhere. So I feel less inclined. That rumbling bass, it's subtle, but to speak my mind. You're just wasting your time, yeah. All the romance when we're fighting chance. I just wish it fighting chance. What a song and dance, what a circumstance. Now you know to come to stay. It's a punch up on Boxing Day. So just watch how you go. You'll get lost in the snow. I just want you to know, yeah, you can knock this is one of my favorites. And I'm wondering, are all these different voices layered together? It's all mags? It began with very heavy, like rumbling bass. But yeah, sonically, one of my favorites. Again, it was giving me some like peak Depeche Mode vibes with its like dark weight, but also bright, shiny glitz. A lot of cool vocal work, including some layered Mags voices for sure. But there were like one or two moments where it was like, is that all him, or there may be some supporting vocals? But I think it was all him. Again, just sort of layered and sort of multi-textured in some parts. And yeah, like lyrically, I'm intrigued. It sounds like we are talking about a very critical, like I had to speak my mind, and again in like family settings, people who are connected by the bonds of family, but who perhaps don't spend a lot of time together, or at least in some cases more distant relatives, and maybe people who don't really get along. So when they come together, it's necessarily on a holiday, but that doesn't make it easier to to mingle without issues. So it feels like there was someone said something, and that set off a situation. It sounds like someone's giving a withering assessment of like another person frittering away their life, wasting their life. But then it's the Boxing Day is done and everything is done, so maybe this is sung from a point where whatever the dust up, whatever the punch up was, is at least over, if not necessarily taken care of, or squared away back into some acceptable state. But yeah, again, the very idea of a punch up on Boxing Day is that maybe, and knowing that this album kind of has that theme of the way that for a lot of people, holidays bring pain. They're not always easy. Sometimes it's difficult to get along with family, especially maybe family that you have disagreements with about certain things in the larger extended family, whatever. So I enjoy a song that's about those kind of difficulties, even if I'm not sure the exact contours. And again, sonically, really enjoyed it. I'd say vocally, this one he sounded less obviously a bit older. I've made the point on the first couple of tunes that like, wow, like you can hear sort of the maturity, the aging of his voice a bit. This one felt less like that. And again, there were a lot of different Mags voices involved, so maybe part of it was the layering, but he sounded like the pristine, or not pristine I shouldn't say, because I always talk about like vulnerability, and people have made that point, that the vulnerability, the fragility, but that's sort of the essence of what I heard, which is what I've come to know on previous albums from earlier years. So either way, another cool tune, especially sonically. You make me think of like late 80s, early 90s Depeche Mode, which the tune did right out of the gate. It's always going to be a good thing. So in any case, shout out to Mags, and as I said, I'm going to try to do one more in this batch. Can't absolutely guarantee it, but I think that will happen, and then ultimately I will try to get him back onto Fridays and everything back in its proper place, so to speak. So thank you for the patience, really do appreciate it, as well as all the support, and yeah, let me know what you think of this. I will see you next time. Peace.